Well, it's day 4 of this adventure. Actually, 3 days of hauling this 37-foot Coleman travel trailer. You know what? I got to talk about this bed real quick because I slept for 5 hours straight last night, had to go to the bathroom, and then I slept for another 2 hours. So I got 7 hours again. You know, before I started RV transport and I had a truck and we were traveling around with the fifth wheel and hauling the fifth wheel, and sometimes I didn't even want to open the fifth wheel to stay in it. I could have just climbed in here, but just with the boats and snowmobiles and all of our adventures that we've had over the years, I wish I'd have discovered this RV transport guys a long time ago and built me a bed in all my other trucks, because this is so awesome. I mean, it just works great. It just works great, guys. I just can't say enough about that idea. I can't believe how I've been sleeping. It's just great. But let's talk about day 4, okay? Actually, day 3 of doing the delivery. Day 4 is because I left Colorado, drove to Indiana, grabbed this load. It's Monday morning. It's 7:48 Mountain Time yet. We're going to Wood Village, Oregon. I don't think I ever told anybody where we're going yet. We're going to Wood Village, Oregon. Normally I'd be there at 2. I'm going to be there at 2 o'clock today. Okay, but according to everything, I don't even know if Camping Worlds are even open. They're doing their inventory. I've been to this place a bunch, but I can't remember what kind of parking they have there. So I'm going to drive there just in case it's a place that I can spend the night if they won't check me in. But if they're open and I go in there, I'm just going to say, is it all right for me to just spend the night here? Maybe they'll feel guilty and they'll just check me in. You never know. But I was already prepared, to not deliver this till tomorrow morning. And I was okay with that. I think that when you got an opening, and I think, don't put things off. Just make it happen. I would rather be climbed up in the truck, watching a movie, hanging out there, just waiting for them to open up at 9 o'clock tomorrow, than getting stuck on the road somewhere because of bad weather and then stressed out and pushing yourself to get there at that time. I mean, I gave myself plenty of time. I think it worked out perfect. I'm happy with the way it's going. And I'm really happy about these videos, guys, because I'm going to tell you right now, I think that these videos are going to show exactly how a guy can do this, how he can make money, how we do it, how we don't look at this even as a job, okay? I mean, if you can't stand to drive, this is not the job for you. If you're one of those people that have to sleep in your bed or be at your home every night, you can't do this job. You have pets and little children and a family, you can do this job, but it's going to put stress on that, okay? I'm not saying don't. Some relationships are better when you guys are apart a little bit, right? Okay? But I don't have to, I'm not worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. How do I get this across? I have never in my life felt more free than I have since we started RV transport. I did not feel free when I was doing full-time RV life because I never knew where my next place was going to be. I didn't know if I was going to like the place. I didn't know how long, if I was going to, be exhausted, set up, tear down, all the stuff that goes along with the RV life, okay? And then you get better and you start planning yourselves out and you're like, man, I wish I'd have just stayed at this place longer. Then you find out they're all booked up, you can't. You go to the next place, you really didn't like it. My fifth wheel is staying where I like it until I find another place that I want to try, and then it's going there. So you guys out there that don't say that we're not full-time RVers now, we're more than full-time RVers. We are full-time truck life, van life, hauling RVs, living in an RV. You cannot get any more real than this channel and me and Robin right now, okay? Because we live this. Plus, doing this RV transport, I am finding all the awesome locations, the places that I want to go, the places I'm going to want to take the Riverstone down the road, but I'm not forced to find it as I go. You see what I'm saying here? Plus, to find these locations, check these areas out and see if I even like them, I'm getting paid to do it, okay? That's where I wanted to go with this part of the video, because I have never felt so free as I do right now, and I hope other guys that get into this discover this and they comment down the road, or I meet them on the road and they tell me, yes, I feel exactly like you do, okay? I just can't get that across, okay? But the other reason I'm loving this series right now is because before I would go and put a video out, a lot of times me and Rob will go 2 or 3 deliveries, 2 or 3 areas, and we'd make one video out of it for 30 minutes or something and put that out there. Sometimes not even that long. We were doing them shorter and realized that you got to do them longer if you want to get more views and stuff. So, and they pay better too, guys. They pay better. So I'm going to make the videos longer. I didn't think anybody wanted to hear me just flap my lips, but I'm starting to find out that maybe some people do enjoy that, okay? Me and Robin never ate on the camera before. I'm going to start doing that because for some reason people enjoy that. Maybe it just shows that you're real and you're opened up to everything. So that's what we're trying to do now, okay? But the difference in this series and then watching our regular videos or the videos we had earlier is now you're seeing how this one load turned out, okay? And then for all those guys out there that say, oh, you can't make no money in RV transport, blah, blah, blah. You're going to drive out west, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to have any reloads. They don't have any reloads. That line of work doesn't have reloads. All that kind of crap, okay, guys? I'm going to show you right now that they do have reloads. Do you know every time that I've drove out west, all the times that I've came out here and 2 times that I didn't get reloads. And I had to drive back. And when I drive back, it's $250 is what the expense is for me to drive back. And that's if I sleep in the truck, just straight back to Indiana. Cost me $250. So like this job, paid almost $37.80, let's say $3,700. Take away my fuel expenses, they're going to be really cheap this time. I use the Com Data card, and I'll talk about that in a second too. I got my fuel prices down. I had very little food. I had no hotels, no expenses, nothing like that. So this one's going to clear $3,200 is what I'm saying, just off the top of my head right now. $3,100 or $3,200 is what this job's going to pay. Now normally I would take $250 of that and drive back to Indiana, grab another load and do it again. Okay? And this time of the year I'm prepared to do that, but I don't have to. I got to reload again. I mean, I am not doing anything different than any other guy out there. Okay? There's a reload board. I knew this morning at 8 o'clock they might start throwing some jobs on there because they're doing inventory and all that stuff, right? So I check it. There's one going from Idaho to Washington, okay? I don't want to go that way because I want to pick Robin up in Colorado. Next one was going from there to Nevada. I'm like, yeah, that'll work if I have to. It'll take me out of my way, but I'll do it, right? The other one's California. I'm like, God, if Robin was with me, we'd probably go. It's a little. These were some littler ones, you know. And I'm thinking, you know, if Robin was with me right now, we'd go to California just so we could do our reset in California and just kind of find something to do out there and show that this life is more than just work, okay? But I keep going down, and then there's one going to Texas, okay? I get to drive right through Colorado. I am getting paid on a reload to drive and pick my wife up. I mean, can you beat that? I was already going there, okay? So now, from where I pick her up to where it's being delivered is paying me $1,500 in my mind. You guys tell me if I'm right. Because I already had to drive to Colorado. That expense was already coming out. This thing's 26 foot long. I'm going to get great fuel mileage unless we get a lot of wind in Wyoming, but I could be dealing with that driving back anyways without getting paid. So it's only paying $1.50 a mile, but it's a reload. I don't even care about the price when it's a reload because I have all that expense to go back anyways. And for me, the only way this would be more perfect is if it was going to Colorado. But I don't have a load. I've never done a load to Texas yet. So it also gives me another state, another state that I have underneath me. But I'm going to pick her up and then we're going to drive from where she's at down to there and get paid $1,500. Normally from where it's going from Colorado to there, a normal job would pay $800 and some dollars. So I think I'm really coming out good on this deal. Okay. Now, did this happen just luck? I believe in luck, guys, but I believe in karma more than that, and I believe in having a good attitude. Okay. When I left for this job, I was just glad to make that money. Even if I had to drive all the way back, I was just going to drive to Colorado, spend a night or so there, and pick up Robin and go back to Indiana and do it again. And even after all that, I was still going to clear like $2,800, $2,900. Then I'm going to go get the truck service for another couple $100. So I got $2,600. So I got $2,600 and I was gone for 5 days basically. You know what I mean? I don't know. You tell me. Wear and tear on the truck, yeah. But at least now something's paying for this wear and tear on this truck, because before, me driving to the grocery store or driving to a family member's house or, taking it across country for us to go visit someplace, I wasn't getting paid for any of that. So this is how I look at all that. But what's nice about this series is you're going to see in this video today me delivering this, hopefully, or I'll deliver it first thing in the morning, and then I'll finish up this video, and then I'm going to drive right over and pick up the new one in Idaho and show you guys that lot and show you everything there and what I'm doing there, and just keep this whole series going. And when people go, oh, they don't make no money, and then you're watching these videos going, well, I just watched him for the last 2 months, boom, 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 and I don't need to prove anything to you guys, because you're going to see it right there on the camera, right? I mean, that's how I look at this right now. So it can throw all that other bullshit away of all these other people out there that keep, you know, telling one thing when it's not the truth, okay? And a lot of these guys work for these other companies, and I don't know what these other companies, how their system works. But I didn't just jump in this like an idiot. I mean, I watched all the videos you guys are watching. I researched, I talked, I went to some of the little forums and all the things out there. And then I got a few people and I talked to them, and then I found out, well, Wave got reloads, and so does Horizon. So those were my two choices. And when I jumped on this, I applied for both of them. I'm glad that Wave accepted I'm so glad that Wave accepted me. Because once I got to my orientation and I met guys that came from Indiana Transport, guys that even came from Horizon and switched over to Wave because they felt that Wave paid more, and they did. For the last year, I can show they paid more. Everybody I talked to shows that they paid more. And the reloads and the people at Wave have just been awesome. I mean, the girls are just so nice. You know, if your paperwork's not right, yeah, they're going to get on your butt. If your logs are not right, they're going to get on your butt. But if you're just decent to them, they'll work with you. They'll help you get through it. They want you to succeed, okay? That's the difference. When you guys watch these videos, you know, try to apply for Wave. And Robin puts all that information down in the description where you just click on it. And if you want to put my name, you can. If you don't want it, you don't have to. If you already have other friends, put their name. But always put somebody's name in there. That's a program that is not getting used the way it should, okay? And if you put my name down there, I appreciate it. It helps support the channel. And when you go to orientation, they'll send me your phone number and we'll be connected. You'll be connected with the other guys. We can all help each other out. We can all succeed at this, okay? That's the difference you're getting from other guys by putting my name in there and following through, because I'm not going nowhere, guys. I'm going to do this. You're going to see us out on the road. You're going to see me and Robin. I mean, that's our whole goal. We just had a really busy life when we started this, and I'm surprised we've made it this far this year. It's been a lot, you know, but this is where we're at. So, the other thing I wanted to talk about, okay, when I have the Pilot app on my phone and I click on the Pilot app, it'll show me Flying J's. It shows me pilots. The pilots do give you better fuel prices. Now, I don't know if it's probably because of Wave. There's something connected there. I don't know. But I paid $2.83 at Pilots all the way to where I'm at now, okay? I couldn't make it to the Pilot. I didn't watch those pilots close enough, and I just couldn't make it to the next one. I was like 30 miles short. I wasn't going to take the gamble. I do carry an extra 5-gallon of diesel in the back of the truck here just for that type of stuff. But you know what? I just don't want to be on the side of the road putting fuel in there like looking like that idiot, basically, you know. So I didn't push it. So the only thing I could do is go to the Flying J's, and I'm thinking, well, they must work because I mean, Pilot is actually showing them there and suggesting them to me, and they do work. The card works. You still put your ID. You can get a cash advance. You can do all the stuff you were doing before. The only difference is my fuel costs more. It costs $2.95. So be prepared that if you can go to those other truck stops, it's not going to be as cheap. It was $2.83 at all of the Pilots on the way out here, and at the Flying J, it was $2.95. But that is way cheaper than I could have got it on any of my other cards in this area. That's why I usually, when I'm going through that area, I make sure I get fuel in Wyoming or something like that, and I try to carry it through. But it's still cheaper than what you're going to pay in Oregon, because fuel is cheaper in Wyoming. It's more expensive in Utah, and it's more expensive in Idaho. But Idaho is cheaper than Oregon, and Oregon's cheaper than Washington. So you got an idea that where you want to buy your fuel so that you can make it through those areas. So I hope all that stuff helps you guys. I'm trying to get more of the information you really need in these videos now. But it's a lot to remember. It's a lot to do. you know, trying to keep up with the driving, keep up with the thing, trying to find me a reload, keep all that stuff going, be safe, all the stuff, put everything I can in the video. Then at night, try to throw a video together. You know, I got a video out there and how I make these videos, so that shows that you guys can do it. Plus, you see how fast I'm pumping these out. And then I'm uploading them on my Nomad internet. And I'm telling you, our cell phones, yes, I got a Verizon line, but I get into areas and Verizon slows you down. Even though they tell you they don't, they slow you down. They don't slow down that Nomad. That Nomad will still keep working even when my Verizon on my phone is not working that great. So if you need internet, okay, and you just want to have it with you everywhere you go, plus use it at your house and everything, check into the Nomad. Why go pay $100 and some to have internet at your home when you're not there, unless you need it there too because your family's there. But if you're not, it's a little box. You take it everywhere you want. It plugs into a 12-volt thing into your truck, and it has the regular outlet for your house when you get there. I mean, all I do is when I get back to the Riverstone, I walk in the Riverstone, I unplug it from my truck and leave the cord that's existing cord already there, and I walk in there and I plug it into the cord that I have in the Riverstone. And I have excellent internet the whole time I'm there, and I turn around and I do it again. And I know Nomad has so many more plans. That, you know, if you're not streaming as much stuff as we are, and you're not doing a YouTube channel, you can trim that way down. Get it for like $59 a month, and I think they even give you the equipment's like half price now. Sometimes it's free, so you can save a lot of money. So that might be, you know, another thing to check into. And this wasn't a plug for Nomad internet this time. I just like to tell people the things that I'm using all the time and how they work. Plus, I got a video coming out on a new phone mount. It should be out before this video. That phone mount that I just put in here that mounts to an existing bolt behind the stereo. I love this mount. I mean, the video will show you what it's about and everything, but me throwing it in this video here tells you how awesome it is going down the road now for the last 2,000 miles. It's solid, it works perfect, the charging, everything about it, it's great. So, I want to throw that in there. But I think that's all we got for right now. So let's just see if I can get some video footage of us going through this area up here where it's going to be the area that I was worried about being snow and all that stuff. Everything looks great right now. If everything stays the way it is, I can pull this off, I can grab the other one, and I can get out of here. And, you know, my angel up here helped me. Timing helped me. Karma, I hope, is helping me. The people that support the channel, I hope that's some of the karma that I'm getting back. My beautiful wife in Colorado that I miss. You know, believe it or not, there's times that I always give Robin a hard time telling her, you know, yeah, I'll just go, I need a break from you. But I tell you, I get out here and within, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours, I already miss her and wish she was here. She can be a real pain in my ass sometimes, but I think I need that pain in the ass. And she just keeps it more interesting. And I miss her. So I throw that in the video just so she knows that. And I can't wait to get back there and get her. And I think these videos are going to be even better, especially now that I've changed up what I'm doing. And I know she's already on that same plan. She's got a lot of ideas. Plus, when I'm talking about stuff, then she can fact check it and throw her other parts in there that we can get it even better. That's my goal. Okay. Plus, if you guys meet us on the road and stuff, she's just a ray of sunshine. You guys will just love to. You'll love Robin. Robin's she's just that type of person that everybody likes to be around. So let's see what the rest of the day brings. Okay. And see, this is why you never believe weather apps. I've pulled them up for every town through here, and every town for the last 50 miles has showed 40s and sun. Absolutely beautiful. And not a one shows sun going through here. So, I mean, this is why I'm ahead of the schedule, just in case this gets worse than this. This just looks like fog. It was cold and the frost on everything, and then now it's supposed to warm up. I know the sun's out there somewhere, and it's warming things up and making everything nice and foggy. But like I said, you know, take those weather apps with a grain of salt, basically, because you know, I've just noticed that almost every time I watch them, they're never right. Never right. I mean, in the summertime, they'll tell you it's going to be 90, it'll be 105. I guess that's easier to live with than you know, freezing, icing sleet on the roads and just nasty compared to nothing at all. But it's been like this for the last 50 miles. I'm hoping we get down the road here, we'll get better. But then I know we're going to start getting into some hills and some cliffs and some stuff that I've been through before. So I'm hoping that by the time we get to that area that it's better. But that's another, I don't know, 100 miles down the road. So we'll just keep this video going and see what happens with this day. Well, guys, I got some good news. They said I might be able to get this delivered today. The guy that takes care of it will be back in a few hours. He'll be done with inventory. They told me if I get it there, he'll probably take it in. And I'm hoping that happens. So I'm trying to get delivered today. I might get delivered a day early, so that'd be awesome. Plus, I wanted to do a shout out to two new guys, Paul Hatton and Benjamin Wicker. Hope I got that back right. Benjamin Wicker. I might have hacked that one up, but sometimes, sometimes you just, if you're not sure, you do like I do. You put it in a text message and then
Benjamin Wicker.
Try it again. Benjamin Wicker. It's what iPhone says. Thanks for signing up, Benjamin. Thanks for using my name. Thanks, Paul, for signing up and using my name. These guys are both at their orientation today. December, what is today, the 2nd? I think today's the 2nd. December 2nd. Two new drivers that used their name. I'm going to send out a text to those guys, see how everything's going. I'm going to try to start putting that stuff in the videos too, so you actually can put a name to these people that I keep telling you about. But there's two new drivers that are at orientation right now for Wave, okay? And if you guys come across this video, yes, William's always keeping an eye on that stuff, and I hope you do awesome, and I hope you make lots of money, and I hope it was the right thing for you, okay? But I still got 340 miles to go. I told him I'd be there between 2 and 2:30. Made it sound as long as I'm there by 4, I'll be okay. And then she did tell me, she said, well, if for some reason he won't let you, or he won't take it, he won't accept it. He goes, I don't think that would happen, she said. I said, well, can I at least stay there tonight? I said, I sleep in my truck and everything. She goes, yeah, well, we lock everything up. I said, I don't care. I ain't got to go nowhere. So, I'm either going to get this thing delivered, guys, or I'm going to sleep in a parking lot at Camper World all night long. So I'll do all kinds of video about that. So you either get this thing delivered and me back on the road trying to get this truck serviced before the day's up, and then getting my butt all the way back to the next place to pick up the next one for tomorrow morning. And this adventure just keeps on going. So let's see what else happens today. I get to come back through this tonight. Oh, yeah. The joy of RV transport, guys. Got our runaway ramp for the trucker. It's about 5 degrees warmer, then I wouldn't be too worried about this stuff, but temperature is, I can't believe it went from 49 to 29. The temperature dropped 20 degrees within a 5-mile radius. And this guy's going so slow, I'm gonna have to go around him. And look at that. The sun finally showed up that the weather apps kept talking about. Because I was a little worried. It was some pretty nasty fog and snow blowing across the road. And all of a sudden, this is what I show up with, guys. I mean, this is the reality of an RV transporter in the winter. I mean, but right now, it feels like summertime. Even though it's 37 degrees, the temperature's coming up, We are 300 miles away from our delivery. It is 10:15 Pacific time here. So it's one good thing about going this direction. I just keep getting another hour and another hour so I can squeeze in these deliveries sometimes. All right, guys, we got it delivered. Yes, we did. Barely, but we got it delivered. I was gonna do a walk around video, but it was already getting dark. Man, I hate this daylight savings times. Really sucks ass. But I'm already back on the road. I'm gonna drive, you know, I don't know. I can't go to bed before 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna drive for 4 or 5 hours and then get into a rest area and go to sleep, and then get up tomorrow and start a new day, okay? And we're gonna pick up this reload that's going to Texas. And after I'm hoping that I'm there right when it's daylight and everything there is working good and the place isn't real busy, and I'll do some video for the next video for that one, because this video is going to end right here. We'll start the next one there, and then I'm going to pick up Robin in Colorado. At least that's the plan right now, unless something changes. She says that she wants me to pick her up because I'm going to run out of hours when we get to Texas, and I figured me and her can just goof off down there for a couple days and let everything reset, you know. So that's the plan. But this was a good run. I mean, I think I left Indiana at like 8 o'clock Saturday morning. Hit no scales, no traffic, set the cruise and just went. Only had bad weather right when I was getting into Nebraska. That lasted for maybe 75, 80 miles, and then that was over with. Today was rough. There was a lot of fog, a lot of backed up traffic, a little gnarly in a few areas. So I had to slow down. That's why it took me longer to get where I was going. But they told me as long as I was there by 4 o'clock, they were going to do it. And I'm like, you know, I did not expect them guys to take that job today. They're supposed to be closed. And he said, I'm not going to make you sleep here tonight. That was really cool. I mean, that was really cool of those guys. So I got it delivered. I'm going to get on the road here, 100 and some miles, and I can get everything filled back up and get diesel fuel again and everything. I wanted to get the truck service when I was there, but called the guy and he's like, I got 20 vehicles in front of you, so that has to wait. So maybe I can find somebody tomorrow morning before I pick this unit. That's kind of my plan. But let's give you the numbers on it. We can at least do that much. So everybody wants to know the numbers. I was a little bit off on what I said this job paid. I don't know what I was thinking, but it paid $37.05.10. For some reason I thought it was like $37.80, but it was $37.05.10 after they took away their, oh, I know, you got to pay license plate fees every month of $10, and they just came due today, so they took that $10 out of there. Otherwise, it would have been $37.15.10. Then $40 that goes to the driver that takes the unit to the yard where you pick it up. I mean, that's kind of weird that it's got to come out of our fund, but that's just the way it is, guys. Everything has expenses. So the money that they paid was $37.05.10. My expenses with everything I spent on this trip, fuel, DEF, food. I even bought Wendy's, and I usually don't buy fast food, but I did do that, and that took forever. So my total expenses were $677.63. So I mean, I'm going to put $3,027.47 in the bank. Pulled it off in 3 days. Now I'm driving 7 hours back the same way I would have been going, because that's the way I'd have been going to Colorado. So I'm driving 7 hours back on the same road, and then I'm going to pull in and pick up a reload that pays $1,400 and some dollars, and I don't remember, it was $1,480. That's what I said last time on the other one, but it's 14 something, okay? And then that's going to Texas, and I'm going to drive to Colorado, pick up Robin. We're going to take it down to Texas. So that'll kind of give you an idea. But I mean, if you think about it, if you had 37.05 and you had 14, that's 47. That's $5,100 for 2 loads in 3. It'll probably take me 5.5, 6 days. 6 days. Take away all the expenses, even rough in my head. I think I'm gonna put $4,000 in the bank account after all the expenses, and I get paid to go pick up my wife in Colorado. I mean, can you beat that deal? For those guys out there that say you can't get a reload, hell, mine's even better than that. I get a reload and I get to pick my wife up. I think that's pretty cool. So, I mean, you got to be positive in this job, guys. If you're negative, nothing's ever going to go right for you. Are you going to get a reload every time you come out here? No. But if you set yourself up, I mean, you got to watch this job, because the reloads are up in this Washington, Oregon area. Usually they're not in like Colorado and stuff like that I go to a lot of time. They don't have any reloads. Sometimes I'll have a dealer transfer and stuff, and I get lucky every now and then. But that's in the summertime. This time of the year, you're going to get some loads up out of Idaho. You're going to get loads going from Idaho to Washington, Oregon, California, maybe Nevada. This one was going to Texas. It really surprised me. I mean, I would have been happy with one going to Colorado, but I really wanted to go somewhere different now so that I can get another state under my belt. So that worked. And the weather's like in the 60s in Texas. So if me and Rob are going to spend a couple days letting everything reset, I would rather be in some warm weather, right? Wouldn't you guys? I mean, that's why I do this job, is just to hang out in new places and, you know, let somebody pay me to go there. So, but we're going to end this video here. We'll start the new one tomorrow at the reload. So if you're following this series, you're going to see when William drove to Indiana, when William grabbed that, and William went here, there, and all of these videos now are just going to link themselves right together. So all those negative people out there that say you ain't making no money, if this doesn't show you what I'm doing, and you can really analyze it and decide if it's going to work for you, and if it doesn't, then don't do it. And if it does, I hope your experience is as good as ours. And I got 4 or 5 guys right now that work this job just like I do, and those guys have been putting 10 grand in the bank every month, and they are happy, and they're out getting paid to drive around the United States and see things and do things that they normally wouldn't have done before this job. So it can work. Will it work for everybody? No. Okay? So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you like me and Robin, subscribe to the channel. And I'm in a curve, and the wind's like, I don't know, really bad. And this trucker's got to pass me, you know. It's a driving job, right, guys? All right. Well, it's been a good trip. I think this new series is going to be a lot of fun. I think that we can add a lot to it. Just remember, if you can watch the video from the beginning to the end, it really helps. If you can watch another one after that, it really helps. Our channel's really doing good right now, guys. I mean, Robin sends me you can click on your thing and you can see how much your views are up and your subscribers and all that stuff. And it goes across the board, and we're up 100 and some percent on lots of it. I mean, just really good numbers. And then when you look at other channels that are 30 or 40 or 50% down, so it makes me feel like maybe we're doing something right. I don't know. But we appreciate everybody out there, because none of this would be possible without you guys. So I thank you. Robin thanks you. And it's time to end the video, and you know how I do this. Always